Hello friends, my name is Sunit Somaran. I am working as assistant professor in mechanical engineering at Jyoti Engineering College, Cheruduruthi. Here I am presenting a small topic in engineering mechanics, that is D'Alembert's principle. It is one of the important topic in engineering mechanics. Okay, consider a rigid body. Then we applied force F on the particular body, then it moving with an acceleration A. Okay, to maintain the body in dynamic equilibrium, there is one reverse effective force or inertia force applied in opposite direction of that to acceleration, opposite direction to acceleration. Okay, to maintain the body in dynamic equilibrium. So if an imaginary force F equal to ma is applied to the body opposite to the direction of acceleration, then the body is said to be in dynamic equilibrium. Okay, then all the equations of static equilibrium are applicable to dynamic equilibrium. Here, consider a rigid body, applied a force F on the particular body, it moving with an acceleration A. In second figure, you see that reverse force, that is mass times acceleration, okay, is applied opposite to the direction of F to maintain the body in equilibrium. Clear? Then, due to the application of force or force system, a body has a motion of translation and it is not in equilibrium. Okay, if you apply a force on a particular body, it moving with an acceleration A, making a translatory motion. Okay, then D'Alembert suggested to write Newton's second law, sigma F equal to ma in the form. Okay, then we know that F minus ma equal to 0. This is the equation of dynamic equilibrium. Okay, then consider a rigid body. That resultant external forces is taken as sigma F, and it moving with an acceleration A. Then to maintain the body in dynamic equilibrium, one another opposite force is applied on the body, that is mass times acceleration, is known as D'Alembert's inertia force, okay, or reversed effective force or recursive force. Clear? Therefore, the motion of acceleration is brought to dynamic equilibrium by adding reverse effective force on the body or recursive force or inertia force. Okay. Therefore, F minus ma equal to 0 or F equal to ma. F is the external force applied on the body. Ma is reverse effective force or inertia force applied on the body to maintain the body in dynamic equilibrium. Clear? Then, by D'Alembert's principle, this is a statement of D'Alembert's principle. D'Alembert's principle states that the impressed force acting on the body are in dynamic equilibrium with inertia force of the body under motion. Okay, that is F equal to ma or F minus ma equal to 0. That is, the impressed force acting on the body are in dynamic equilibrium by adding inertia force on the body. Okay, or another statement, D'Alembert's principle states that the resultant of external force and inertia force minus ma is always 0. That is, F minus ma equal to 0. This is the condition of dynamic equilibrium. So, a body moving with an acceleration A possesses a translatory motion to maintain the body in dynamic equilibrium, applied another reverse effective force or inertia force, that is equal to mass time acceleration in opposite direction to the acceleration, or externally applied force, that is F equal to ma or F minus ma equal to 0. Clear? Then next we are discussing a small problem regarding the D'Alembert's principle, that is motion of connected bodies. This is the question. Okay, two blocks M1 and M2. Okay, M1 with mass 2 kilogram and M2 with mass 3 kilogram. Okay, by checking the figure we know that 3 kilogram is higher than that of 2 kilogram. So M2 is moving downward, correspondingly M1 is moving upward. Clear? Here the question they are giving that two blocks of masses M1 and M2 are suspended by an inextensible string. Okay, an inextensible string. Inextensible string means that two bodies are moving with same acceleration a. That means M2 moving with an acceleration a, correspondingly M1 moving with an acceleration a in upward direction, M2 moving with an acceleration a in downward direction. Clear? Then next the another sentence is the string passing over a massless and frictionless pulley as shown in figure. Okay, massless and frictionless pulley means that the tension in the string is taken as T, that is same tension in the string considered as T. Okay, then when released from rest, determine the expressions for acceleration of the system and tension in the string. Okay, so in the question they are giving that the string is inextensible, that means acceleration is same for M1 and M2 taken as A. Okay, then pulley is passing through a pulley, that is massless and frictionless pulley, that means moment of inertia is 0. Then tension in both the string is same, that is taken as T. Clear? Okay, before discussing this type of problem, first draw free body diagram of individual body. Okay, free body diagram of M1 and M2. Then applying D'Alembert's principle. Before applying D'Alembert's principle, the forces in the direction of motion is taken as positive and forces opposite to the direction of motion is taken as negative. Clear? To maintain the body in dynamic equilibrium, the forces opposite to the direction is taken as positive and forces in the direction of motion is taken as positive and forces opposite to the direction of motion is taken as negative. Clear? Then next drawing the free body diagram of M1 and M2. We say that M2 moving downward and M1 moving upward. Okay, so first checking the free body diagram of M1. The body M1 moving with an acceleration A in upward direction. So the weight is downward direction in the case of M1. Okay, in the question they are giving mass. So W equal to mg. So W1 equal to m1 into g. So weight is downward direction. Then the tension in the string is taken as T. Okay, so m1, in the case of m1, the tension is in upward direction. So T in upward direction, weight is downward direction in the case of body m1. Then next checking the free body diagram of body m2. Okay, the weight of body m2 is downward direction, that is W2 equal to m2 into g. Then tension in the case of second body is in upward direction T. Okay, then the third is free body diagram of pulley. Okay, in the case of pulley wrapped by a string, so the tension in the string is taken as T. Here they are giving as frictionless and massless fluid is, so tension is common. Okay, then next applying D'Alembert's principle. What is D'Alembert's principle? The forces, resultant forces applied on the body F equal to mass times acceleration, that is F equal to ma. So F is the net force acting on the body. Okay, so for writing the forces, the force in the direction of motion of the body is taken as positive, and force opposite to the direction of motion is taken as negative. So consider first body. In the case of first body, there are two forces: tension in upward direction, weight in downward direction. So the body 1 or block 1 moving with an acceleration in upward direction. So in the direction of upward, T is positive and weight is in downward, so taken as negative. Okay, tension is in the direction of motion, so tension is taken as positive, and weight is in opposite to the direction of motion, so it is taken as negative. So writing the equation D'Alembert's principle in block 1, the net force equal to T minus m1g. Clear? So T minus m1g equal to mass times of acceleration. In the case of block 1, mass is m1 and acceleration is common for both the block, that is taken as a. So m1 into a. So the first equation is T minus m1g equal to m1a is taken as equation A. Clear? Then next checking the free body diagram of second body. Okay, in the case of second body, the weight is in downward direction m2g and tension is in upward direction T. So in the case of second body, the motion is downward direction. So force in the direction of motion is m2g. So m2g is taken as positive, and tension is in opposite to the direction of motion. So tension is taken as negative. So the equation become net force in the second block is m2g minus T equal to mass times of acceleration. The mass of second body is m2 and acceleration is common. So the second equation is m2g minus T equal to m2a is taken as equation B. So we get two equation T minus m1g equal to m1a, then m2g minus T equal to m2a. In both the equation T is common and A is common. Clear? Then solving T equation. Solving these two equation. Okay, so first equation T is taken as T equal to m1a minus plus m1g. Okay, minus m1g is moving to in right hand side, it become T equal to m1a plus m1g. Okay, applying that T value in equation B. Applying that T value, that is m1a plus m1g in equation B. So equation B become m2g minus in bracket m1a plus m1g equal to m2a. Okay, then by solving we get the value of A as m2 minus m1 by m2 plus m1 into g. Then applying that A value in first equation, we get the value of tension T as 2 m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into g. Okay, by solving these two equations, we get the value of acceleration of the block and tension in the string. Okay, then in question they are giving the value of m1 as 2 kg and m2 as 3 kg. Then applying that value, A become 3 minus 2 by 3 plus 2 into 9.81. That is, the acceleration value is 1.96 meter per second square. Clear? Then substitute that acceleration value in tension equation, we get the value of tension as 23.54 Newton. Okay, so this is one important problem. That is, two blocks are connected by a string using a pulley. The acceleration value of the block is 1.96 meter per second square and tension in the string is 23.54 Newton. Clear? Thank you.